before we get into this, hit subscribe. Stories like this don't just entertain, they linger. I smiled while my phone buzzed on a nightstand, face down, vibrating like it had something to confess. The room smelled like antiseptic and stale coffee, the kind hospitals never shake. I was sitting in a plastic chair outside the ER, hands folded, acting calm, acting normal. Inside, everything was splitting. Her name was Mara. We'd been together 6 years. Shared rent, shared friends, shared Sunday rituals. Farmers markets, old vinyl, dinners cooked from scratch because we liked doing things the right way. I trusted her. That used to mean something. The message wasn't from her. It was from Leo, one of my friends. "You here?" I didn't answer. I already knew why he was asking. An hour earlier, Mara had gone out with the group. That's what she called them, my friend from college. The guys who'd been at our place every game night, who drank my beer and talked about loyalty like it was a badge you earned once and kept forever. I stayed home, pretending to enjoy the quiet. Around midnight, the call started. Not to me, from unknown numbers. Then the sirens. Now here we were. Leo pacing. Jonah leaning against the wall, knuckles scraped raw. Another friend sitting with his head in his hands, breathing like he'd run a mile. None of them could look at me. Not really. Mara was behind those double doors. I'd seen them wheel her in, makeup smudged, dress torn at the strap, blood on her elbow. She'd reach for me as they passed, mouth opening like she wanted to say my name. I smiled back, soft, steady, like everything was fine. A nurse asked who I was. Her partner, I said. It felt old-fashioned. Solid. The ER. Doctor came out 20 minutes later. Middle-aged. Tired eyes. Clipboard held like a shield. He looked at the group, then at me. Paused. Something flickered across his face. Recognition, maybe? Or pity. "Who was with her tonight?" he asked. No one answered. I already knew the truth was about to land. The kind that doesn't shout. The kind that ruins rooms. The doctor cleared his throat, eyes moving between the faces he already understood better than we did. She was brought in with a concussion, alcohol poisoning, and injuries consistent with multiple partners. He said carefully, "Not cold, just precise." She kept losing consciousness, kept repeating names. No one moved. The air felt heavier, like it had weight. "Names!" Jonah asked, voice cracking. The doctor glanced down at the clipboard, then up. "Yours," he said. "And yours. And yours." He nodded once toward Leo. "She thought you'd left her behind. She was asking why." I smiled again. It wasn't planned. It just happened. Like a reflex you don't control, when something finally makes sense. Leo's face drained of color. "That's not," he started, then stopped, because lying felt stupid now. Jonah slid down the wall until he was sitting on the floor, hands shaking. Another guy bolted for the bathroom. I could hear him retching. The doctor turned to me. "Sir, she asked for you. You're listed as her emergency contact. 6 years earns you that, I guess." I stood joint stiff, legs numb. As I passed Leo, he grabbed my sleeve. "Man, listen, it wasn't like that. She was drunk. She came on to us. We didn't." "Stop," I said. My voice surprised me. Calm. Flat. Old school calm. The kind my father used when he meant every word. You don't get to explain. Inside the ER room, machines hummed softly. Mara lay there small, fragile, a version of her I barely recognized. Bruises blooming under fluorescent light. When she saw me, tears leaked from the corners of her eyes. "You came," she whispered. "Of course," I said, pulling a chair close. I took her hand. It felt colder than it should have. "I messed up," she said. "I didn't mean for it to go that far. They said you weren't answering. I thought you didn't care." I watched her lips move. Each word landed like a nail tapped into something already dead. Outside the glass, my friend stood frozen, watching us like this was a movie they couldn't turn off. The doctor stepped back in. "There's something else," he said quietly. Toxicology came back faster than expected. Mara squeezed my hand. Hard. I looked at the doctor. "Tell us." The doctor didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. She wasn't just drunk, he said. Her blood shows a mix of alcohol and stimulants. Not enough to kill her, but enough to lower judgment, increase risk, and erase consent lines. We'll investigate how she got them. But one thing is clear. He looked past Mara through the glass at the men waiting outside. This wasn't an accident. It was a chain of choices. Mara's grip loosened. Her eyes filled, not with tears this time, but fear. Real fear. The kind that finally understands consequences. They said you were busy, she whispered. They said you didn't want to come. I stood up slowly. 6 years of shared mornings. Shared plans. Shared silence. All of it felt very far away now. You didn't check, I said. You didn't call. You didn't stop. Outside, the guys avoided my eyes. Leo's mouth moved like he wanted forgiveness on credit. Jonah looked broken. I felt nothing for them. That surprised me most. The doctor asked if I wanted to stay while she slept. I shook my head. No, I said. Simple. Clean. Mara started crying then. Soft at first. Then ugly. Please, she said. Don't leave like this. I leaned down, close enough that only she could hear me. I didn't leave tonight, I said. You did. At the desk, I signed the last form I'd ever signed for her. Emergency contact removed. Address updated. Life edited in ink. As I walked past my friends, Leo stepped forward. Man, I swear we didn't think. That's the problem, I said. You never did. I left the hospital just as the sun started coming up, light spilling over the parking lot like a reset button. My phone buzzed again. This time I turned it off. Some betrayals end with screaming, some with fists. This one ended with a smile in a hallway. An ER doctor telling the truth, and me choosing myself for the first time. If this story hit you, if you've ever been betrayed by the people you trusted most, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. You're not alone.